til
En original
podcast fra Arrow. Velkommen til Innovators Club. Rigtig god fornøjelse med dagens episode.
Well, hello everyone, once again for the third time in this session. So today we're going to talk about how to succeed together with the Microsoft through commercial marketplace. And a quick introduction: my name is Martin Fischer, and working at Arrow and responsible for our ISVs. And so once again, I have Massimo and Ida in the studio. So Ida, can you make a quick introduction to you?
Yes. And hello again. This is the third session in this series, so the third and last. But if you didn't tune in on the two first one, I'm Ida and I'm working in Microsoft Denmark with our ISVs from a commercial angle and everything from early startup to more mature ISVs. And then we have Massimo, our cloud solution architect, who is more on the technical angle.
Yes, exactly. Yep. I work as a cloud solution architect. My name is Massimo, and I usually support all ISVs in Denmark to succeed through the marketplace. And I'm really looking forward for this next session, Ida, and how to succeed together with Microsoft. But also remember to listen to the two previous sessions that we have we've done.
Yeah,
big recommendation.
This is really wrapping up, I think, what we talked about. The first one, introduction to the marketplace, why, how, and how do you get started. Then we had the second one, which was more a technical deep dive to give you a foundation of actually doing it. Now, assuming that you actually will have published a solution, we will talk about the possibilities for you to actually grow through the marketplace, which is at the end the purpose of being there.
Exactly.
And then we will finish up with how Arrow can also support you in that journey.
Yeah, take it away.
So basically this little bit busy slide, but that's showing the go-to-market models you have when publishing a solution through the marketplace. So if we take the outer circle, that is basically just showing that when you're on the marketplace, your solution will of course be visible to all Microsoft customers worldwide. And as Massimo showed in the previous session, if your solution is in Azure Marketplace, it will actually be visible in the customer's Azure portal, which I think is a quite powerful element of the marketplace, because it becomes very easy for the customers to actually transact your solution, as it's only a few clicks away to transact it or to buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
With the marketplace, which is what Arrow will deep dive more into, but I think this is actually one of the big value props of Microsoft Marketplace is our big partner ecosystem. So you don't only get access to the big customer ecosystem we have, but also our partners. So you have, as an ISV, the possibility to scale through other resellers who can both do the implementation and basically also the selling of solution, depending on the partnering model you have. And as you have seen in the previous session, if you watched that, it's actually the same process of you publishing your solution into the marketplace, making it available for the customers and for partners. So it's not like it requires you to do a double project.
No, you can do it in multiple ways too.
Yes.
Yeah. And just a comment on that, where some of our ISVs have asked, do we have to transact everything for you? No. You can just use us as an extended arm for sales and marketing, and then focusing on your everyday business and onboarding your own customers as well. So it's a multiple way to do business. And
I think most ISVs actually do anyway have multiple go-to-market strategies. You both have your direct sales. You maybe have self-service on your website if you have a very basic version of your solution. Then you have partnering models where you give some kind of kickbacks to resellers, which is also facilitated by Microsoft Marketplace, as you can see here. So you can have different kinds, and this is just kind of facilitating that process for you. And then depending on your customer segment, we also have Microsoft account teams covering some customers. We are covering the larger accounts, where we'll have account teams in continuous dialogue with those customers. And of course, they will also be a strategic partner for you as an ISV if we have kind of overlapping customers there on how to position your solution as our sellers is equally interested in getting your solution in front of our customers as we are here in this room.
And this is correct. Also, it's important to know where to be positioned in also Microsoft Cloud for Industry, if we think about it, right?
Yes.
And usually this is a process where partners can help you as well in that, yes.
Yeah.
And the account team, as you said, of course, is also pretty powerful.
So I think to look at this one, the outer circle, the marketplace, that is kind of, then you are there. The partner channel, this is where you should work with Arrow on how they can support you in scaling. And the inner circle with the Microsoft sellers, if your customer segment is the upper part of the like enterprise and mid-market segment, there is certain kind of categories that would be beneficial for you to opt into with your solution, as you will then be more visible to Microsoft account teams, and your solution will also be more incentivized for the customers to acquire. And those aspects we will just dive into on the next couple of slides, and then we will go over to the partner growth circle.
Yeah, perfect.
Very well.
Sounds good.
So basically, this is just a view to simplify for you kind of the different metrics of your solution on the marketplace, as a lot of ISVs quite often confuse these, which I can understand because it's always just a lot of internal Microsoft words. But basically, your solution that you publish on the marketplace, that's the left ring out here. So that is your commercial offer. You can sell it if you make it as a transactable solution, and then you'll reach more customers. But by having this solution, you haven't chipped into the whole co-sell motion with Microsoft yet. For that, it requires you to do a little bit more work. The first step in that is what we call making your solution co-sell ready. That is to upload some additional information around your solution, which will be visible to the Microsoft account teams and not on the public-facing side of Marketplace. This is mostly a, let's say, kind of marketing sales exercise, so there's not really any so much technical requirement for this step.
I like that you're pointing at Massimo while saying technical.
He's the
he's the tech guy. Yeah. So, absolutely.
And by getting your solution categorized as co-sell ready, we will actually make a integration between your Partner Center account and the Microsoft CRM system, so that you can actually start sharing leads on customers with our account team and have a closer collaboration there. And that link also opens up for three-party collaboration. So you can also, Arrow would be able to share a lead to Microsoft on a customer on a specific IP solution that is on Marketplace. Yeah. So it really opens up for all the kind of collaboration we have going on around customers.
Yeah, and I just want to maybe, you say that it's not technical, but I want to add a little technicalities here. I mean, the technically speaking, the IP co-sell incentivized is also triggered by your solution being on Azure.
But that's the next step. That's why I was in the middle one only.
Okay.
I was by the...
Okay, sorry for jumping.
No worries. But we can jump to the IP co-sell incentivized, which is actually... So I would say the co-sell ready is important to have, because that's a prerequisite to get your solution IP co-sell incentivized, but it's over in the IP co-sell part that all the magic happens. And for that, there is also a technical requirement. So in order for your solution to be IP co-sell incentivized, minimum half of your code should be running on Azure.
Half of your infrastructure should be running on Azure. And I believe this is also a very fair point. You are on Azure, you are on Microsoft Marketplace, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I believe it's also fair to say at least 50% needs to be on Azure, but that doesn't lock you up on using other services elsewhere as well.
Oh, and I mean, we also see some ISV solution that is hybrid, because it's targeting very specific manufacturing customers where they need to have some part of the solution standing right next to the production sites and so on. Yeah. And those solutions are still welcome and can still be included in the IP co-sell motion.
Also, if a company has a multi-cloud strategy, which could be really possible, then they still have the freedom to do the solution that is the best fit for them, right? Yeah. And maybe another thing is when some documentation is to be provided. I'm just saying that you need to do an architecture that is highlighting the cloud services, but also the components that you have in your architecture that are IP co-sell ready, I would say, right? So the part that is specific for your business, what makes your solution unique into the market.
And what we see lately with the reference architecture review is also very important to pinpoint what is running on Azure and what is not, to make that visible in your diagram. Because basically the requirement for the IP COSAL is a reference architecture, a technical validation, and then there's a revenue threshold of $100,000 in running 12 months, either consumption on your tenant or sales through marketplace. So it can be either or, the first one you achieve.
Data flow as well needs to be provided.
But that's in the reference architecture.
The reference architecture as well, yes.
Cool.
And as much as they can put on also security perspective, right?
Yeah, security and governance and all the other tools.
Yeah. But basically, there's no requirement of you as an ISV to have certain exams or certification for your organization, but there's a requirement for a validation of your solution because that is basically what will be promoted through the marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then if/when your solution will be IP COSAL incentivized, this both opens up for the Microsoft sales teams to be incentivized for selling your solution on their customers. But what is really interesting and I think really driving the whole COSAL motion now is that the customers with a direct agreement towards Microsoft, so that will be the enterprise and upper mid-market customers, if they have a commitment on Azure spend, they can actually achieve that Azure spend, both, of course, through modernizing their own infrastructure in Azure and so on, but also by acquiring IP solutions through the marketplace. So Microsoft actually equals the payout to you as an ISV with Azure consumption, which I think is really cool because, of course, you will charge the customer more than your pure infrastructure cost. You will have a margin and other cost on top. All that payout through marketplace will equal Azure consumption. So we're really incentivizing the customers to buy your solution through the marketplace.
Yeah.
And we can really see now that this is having a big difference in our account dialogues with the customers.
Yeah, there's definitely more focusing for presenting and you can say making your customers more aware of the solution that is on board to marketplace. So it's just not a nice to have, but it's becoming a more need to have, so to say.
I would say so. As we have more and more customers making bigger commitments to us, there will be a bigger focus also from our account teams to make sure that the customer will actually spend this commitment, and this is going to be one of the main ways to do it. Because ISV solution is what will make the innovation at the customer side. It is key for the kind of
the growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I really see this as a quite amazing point of the marketplace and how we incentivize both the sellers, but especially the customers to look to the marketplace.
And it's a little bit like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more like, it's like everyone is winning something here.
Exactly.
Everyone is getting a piece of this cake anyway, right? And the customer is happy because they're getting a good solution, but also because they grease their MACC. The ISV, they are selling their solution. And the sales team in Microsoft is happy because they are making our account teams, they are making the customer happy as well. So everyone is really winning. And this is all about partnership, right? This is why partnership works. And the way it has been defined by Microsoft is pretty strong and pretty reliable also in the long run.
It's all about relations. Absolutely. And for Arrow, we can make we can of course have the Azure consumption for the ISV. So whenever the transaction for the marketplace to an end customer is deployed, then the backend Azure consumption will grow. So there's also some incentives for Arrow to push your solutions to your account team as well. Yeah. So it's a win-win for all parties.
All parties.
It is really a solid model, and it's I would call it relatively new. I'm not sure if you should call it a program, but now I call it's a relatively new setup. That the customers can depreciate their commitments to Microsoft, but we're really now seeing that it actually works, and there is a demand from the customers to get insight into which solutions is actually eligible for me to acquire through the marketplace to achieve this. And here it's important that it is a transactable solution and that you are IP COSAL ready, because otherwise the customer will not get this benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this should definitely be, if you have customer segment in the upper part of the market, this should definitely be part of your marketplace strategy.
Absolutely.
And I think before we just dive into the CSP and how Arrows Motion can help, I just want to show you that we have the ISV Success Program, which is a program designed for software companies that will help you actually publish your solution on the marketplace. So even though we have an amazing Massimo, we cannot clone him to all the wonderful ISVs out.
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not.
You cannot find so many Italians.
Anyway. So we actually have made a program from Microsoft's side where you will get, when you apply to get in, you will get you'll get an engagement manager that will help you activate your technical benefits. So there will be someone holding your hand in the publishing process.
And just to highlight, I believe the name is brilliant, Success Program.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, and it is really a success program. And these people that is engaged with you, they do really want, to help you in the best way possible. And this is a new, unique value proposition that also Microsoft has in this space.
Yeah. And we also presented the program to the ISVs because it's just a big toolbox for the ISVs to engage faster and get to market faster and in the technical and the commercial perspective.
Yes.
So
So for ISVs, I mean, there's not that many requirements. You have to have an application in development, which kind of makes sense. As you're an ISV, I guess you will keep developing your solution. You have to be B2B focused because, as we said earlier, this is really where the marketplace has its power. Mm-hmm. And then this is marketplace oriented, you have to have an intent to actually publish your solution on the marketplace. And then you have to be part of the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program. But if you fulfill these 4 relatively broad requirements, then you are in. And then you will get an engagement manager. And then what you will get out of the program is that you will get some access to some licenses that will help you in your development process. So you'll both get some Azure credit you can use for dev test. And then you will get some developer licenses, so GitHub Enterprise and Visual Studio, which should be quite useful and valuable for ISVs.
I want to highlight this. I mean, let's take
the developer and Massimo gets very happy for the.
Yes, I mean,
on fire today.
Let's be honest. Look at these numbers. Apart from the resale value that is, in my view, impressive. What I really love about this is the ecosystem of solutions that you get. And if you think about a very good concept, I invite the listeners to look into it, called developer velocity. It is really powerful capability that you are giving to the developers to really do end-to-end development without thinking about too much about the costs, at least from this program. And $5,000 value for Microsoft Azure, you can pretty much do anything you want there. Mm-hmm.
And you can test out new things that you don't necessarily have in a production environment and so on. There's a lot of possibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really helping you grow in the best way possible. And 25 seats, I mean, for GitHub Enterprise Cloud subscriptions, 25.
For most ISVs, that covers quite a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I would be really excited if I had a startup and with those numbers. That's why we love Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yes.
But besides the licenses, you also get, which is relevant for this dialogue, handholding or whatever you should call it for publishing your solution. So you get technical advisory hours, which your engagement manager will help you activate. And then when your solution is on Marketplace, if it makes sense for you and it's transactable, you also get some advice on how to optimize it.
Can I also highlight another very important the app architecture review, I believe, or architecture design session as well. Those are two of the most amazing things you can get from Microsoft. They say that you experiment for a number of time with new services and you try and fail, the typical approach. And then suddenly when you have something up and running, you are you might be not sure if you are really using the services in the right way, or if you are overspending, or if you are architecting the solution to be multi-region and is not. And those sessions, they really help you nailing down the right architecture that is going to fit for your business.
I think this is also important to have before you're publishing, so you make sure that your solution can actually scale in the right way. So when you go publish, and hopefully this will help you grow, which is the purpose, then your solution is actually built in a way that it can handle the scalability.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the beauty, it's included.
It's included.
Yes.
It was a program introduced in November. So right now it's no fee. So there's not really any downside for you guys to sign up. If you are a startup and you're already now a startup program, this would be your kind of platform after graduating from the startup program, as you cannot be in both at the same time. But if you are a more mature ISV, this is definitely the platform and landing place for you. We don't know what the fee will be for year 2. You sign up for a 12-month period, and then you can figure out what to do from then.
Yeah. Okay.
And then last part of the ISV Success Program is actually also the Marketplace Rewards, which is an benefit/incentive package for you when your solution is on the marketplace. So the more you sell, the more benefits you unlock. And that's benefits covering everything from like marketing, getting reference stories with Microsoft, more sales associated benefits, and also technical. And as you get more internal use rights possibilities, the more you sell.
So it's basically I will say scalable rewards based on your growth, right? So we do monitor that as well. Yeah.
And there's a lot of invested into this as well. So the more you grow, the more you would benefit.
It's highlighting even more how Microsoft wants you to grow if you enroll into this program.
So
I totally agree.
So use the ISV Success Program to get your solution published on the marketplace. Work with Arrow and make a private offer for them to scale it through their CSP.
Yeah.
Yes.
And with that being said, that was a good transition, Ida.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm going to share my screen. So in Arrow, we work with ISVs, and we have built a innovation factory program where we are the professional matchmaker between the ISV to the partners and to the end customers. So we have 3 routes to market, so to say. So the first one, number 1, is transacting through the reseller, our existing install base. So the benefit from the ISV here is they don't need to go out and find all the new partners. We have a pretty good install base of resellers already up and running. So the first one is the customer buys from the reseller. The reseller buy the private offer through Arrow as an indirect provider, and then we buy it from the Azure Marketplace, and then the marketplace buy the software as a service to the ISV. So this is the first route to market, using Arrow for all our existing resellers, so to say.
And I really think this is a cool extension for the ISVs to actually suddenly get a much bigger sales organization than they would be able to do if they had to invest in it and build it up by themselves. So I actually think it's a great opportunity to do it this way.
Yeah, and this is something we have done in many years. So we have a good good install base for partners in all different aspects, because we are traditional IT provider. So we provide, of course, Microsoft, but also NetSec, cybersecurity, hardware, etc. So we have a pretty good install base, and also we have the data insights on who is the end customer. So instead of just firing offers away to the resellers, we can start at the end customer to say that we can see that this is some end customers within retail or within healthcare or within factories, etc. So we can actually start at the end customer, go our way backwards, and do the introduction to the partner, and then connect the ISV with the partner as well, because then the partner can create some more stickiness, some more value, and stand out for their competitors as well.
So it's basically going down really on the customer need in detail, and then since you do have accessibility to many partners, you also know exactly which solution might fit the best.
Yeah. And as you mentioned in the first session, it's pretty important for the ISV to highlight or flag the solution within what vertical. So there's a good synergy between what the ISV do in together with Microsoft, and also what they can do together with us. So yeah, absolutely.
Because I would say a recommendation to the ISVs here, if they haven't seen the industry maps from Arrow, I would really recommend you to reach out to Martin and get your insights and figure out how you can be part of them, because they are very good overviews for customers, I would say.
Thank you, Ida. But yes, it's a good indication on the solution map, as we called it. Shout out to our colleagues at Arrow Intelligent Solutions and the marketing team there. So I'm not taking credits for those, but it works pretty good as well. Yeah. The second route to market is sometimes we see that ISVs, they don't have a partner model. They will like to have the relationship directly to the end customers, and that is totally fine. So usually what we do here is we create some marketing activities, telemarketing, seminars, webinars, podcasts, etc., together with ISV, and then we will find some new end customers for the ISV, and then they will become the reseller. Okay. So, and just to emphasize that Arrow is not selling to end customers, we're only selling through partners and existing partners, and then the ISV can become the reseller partner of their own solution in this flow. And then of course the ISV will order it through the private offer through Arrow, and then Arrow will order through the marketplace, and then marketplace would order it to the ISV.
And if there's any confusion here, the A at the top is the marketplace you should go for, because that's the Azure marketplace.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. I don't know the other logos.
Yeah, this one. The last one is just to show that that the ISV solution can be transacted through you guys and your end customers, as we discussed and talked about early on. So the end customer in Microsoft will order the SaaS solution for the Azure Marketplace, and then again their marketplace would order it at the ISV. So this is basically the three routes to market that we work with. The ISV doesn't have to choose one; they can do all three if they like to. But it depends on the resources they have in the company. But we can do all three, and of course do it together with you guys.
I think also what we see is, if let's say an ISV both have a solution that is enterprise focused and they have a scaled solution, it would probably make sense for them to, with the enterprise solution, to do the route 3. Mm-hmm. Where the customer, because they will probably have a direct agreement with Microsoft, would buy directly on their agreement through their portal, but then have another play on their scale solution, which would then be number 1 and 2, and then scale that through you guys. And again, I think the beauty is that we all win on all scenarios, including the ISV. So like we are all as equally interested in supporting in any of the three ways.
Absolutely. So for the listeners and the ISVs out there, please feel free to contact us, and we will be happy to help. So, that being said, I think we should wrap it up for this session. And for the listeners out there, if you have any questions, comments, ideas, thoughts, anything, wishes, just contact your local Arrow person, and we will assist you and advise you. And once again, Massimo and Ida, thank you for coming to the studio today. It has been a total pleasure having you here.
Likewise.
So thank you, and thank you to the listeners.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please remember to listen to the other two sessions.
Yes. Absolutely. Once again, another recommendation.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Husk, du kan finde links og mere materiale i podcastens episodebeskrivelse. Tak fordi du lyttede med. Ha' en skøn dag. Har du ønsker til en podcast, vi endnu ikke har lavet? Så send os en besked.